Hey guys, we are over here in Windsor, Missouri at Country Bulk. It is one of the actual Amish stores. We do a lot of our grocery shopping here. We just spend almost $600 picking up things that we'll need for the next few weeks, and then a couple of things we need for the store. We really like it here.
Yeah, I pick up all of my seasonings and all of my spices and everything here, along with like flour, oatmeal, stuff like that. So later on, we'll kind of do a walkthrough at home of when we unload and everything that we picked up today. So we're getting ready for a lot of snow tomorrow, so we went ahead and picked up things in case we can't get back over here till next week. So we'll kind of show you what we found over here and kind of some of the recipes that we're doing this week while the kids are home from school. We're expecting probably no school on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week. So I'll be feeding some extra mouths all those days. So yeah, we'll show you what we get when we get home and unload.
So about 10 years ago, this building burned down. It used to sit right over here. The Amish do not carry insurance, so what happened is the church comes back in and they all donate money in, and then they all help put up a new building and get them stocked and ready to go. So this building was put up about 10 years ago, and then Neil, who now owns it, bought the store about 4 years ago from his dad, and then he keeps adding on to it to carry more supplies and more product and inventory and different things. So he's got anything from flour to seasonings, nuts, fruits. He's got vegetables. They've got candies, canning jars. They've got all kinds of utensils. Just a little bit of everything here. So it's pretty neat coming over here and being able to kind of get everything we need in one place.
Yeah, they also sell hay and straw here, so if you need that for farm animals, you can pick that up here. And then they also have a feed and mineral store here as well. So everything from pet food to small animal food, beef, horse, pork, all of that, anything that you need as far as feed for your animals, you can pick up here too.
So when they order all their stuff in or they make it themselves, they keep the prices super cheap. They work on a pretty small profit margin, about a 12 to 16% profit margin, which is not very much, but they're able to make up the difference by just moving sheer quantity. You'll notice the difference between this and what they call Amish stores that are not Amish, because you know, they just keep their prices a whole lot cheaper than the other places.
Well, and the other thing you'll notice too is when we come here, there's no electricity at all. So like today, they're calling for snow, and as you can see, like there's no sun shining. So when you go inside, the store is dark. So you pretty much either have to use the flashlight or on your phone, or when Neil is helping us shop, because I'm shopping in bulk, a lot of times he'll carry around a lantern or a light in order to see in there, because other than natural lighting, there's no electricity. There's also not heat or air conditioning. So when we come in the summer, it's super hot. So we're super careful that we're not buying chocolate items and things that can melt. And in the winter time, you better wear your coat. So right now it's like 50, so it's not too bad out here. But tomorrow when it's below freezing and it's snowing, it gets rather cold in there. They will have a wood burning stove, but it is not nearly big enough to heat this whole building. So like I said, you'll know when you walk into a real Amish store whether they have electricity and heat and air conditioning. They also don't accept credit cards or debit cards either. So when we come here, we have to make sure that we either have cash or they always accept checks. So we'll write a check when we're here. But yeah, you can't plan on coming here and using any type of debit or credit card, because they also don't have phones or computer systems in order to run those transactions. So it is very different, and you've got to be prepared. We usually bring our big van over here because when we come, we definitely load out at least the back half of our van. Hey everybody, we just got back from the Amish store that we went to today, and so I'm going to go over just a couple of things that we got while we were there. These are some things, I didn't get a big load today just because we're getting ready for the snowstorm, and I just picked up a few things that I knew that we would need. Plus they were out of a lot of things, like every place that we go right now. So these are just a couple things that I knew that I would need, especially if we get snowed in for a couple of days. So the first thing I wanted to show you is I always stock up on yeast. So this is just instant yeast. I stock up on these. They're compressed. They stay good forever. I love having these because I make tons of bread, and if I have yeast on hand, I can always have bread out in like less than an hour. So I bought that, and then I always stock up on my flour there too. So this is organic, fresh ground, non-GMO turkey red wheat, and what this is this is a heritage variety of wheat that was dominant back in the 1940s, and it was replaced with the modern hybrid versions of wheat. And so now this has come back out by several of the Amish farmers. They actually grow this turkey red wheat and they mill it and sprout it, and so it is super low on the gluten index. So I am gluten intolerant, and I have several friends who are gluten intolerant as well, and we use this wheat flour with no problems with our gluten intolerance. So I make a lot of bread with this. I will make donuts with this probably tomorrow, and then I also use it to make a lot of dinner rolls and like pizza crust and stuff. So that's one of the things I always stay stocked up on. And then going into winter, one of the things I was going to show you are two things that I always keep in my cabinets is whole fennel and fenugreek seed. This stuff I boil water and make a tea with it, and it is absolutely wonderful for breaking up mucus and congestion. So I just boil water, I add this in, I let it steep for like 2 or 3 minutes. It has a very sweet aroma to it, and my kids actually love it. I'll just add honey to it, and then sometimes I'll even just add a bay leaf to it. The bay leaf just breaks down the acidity just a little bit, but it has a very sweet aroma to it, and it will break up mucus in the lungs very quickly. So anytime they start to get a cough or they just seem to be getting dry and mucusy, I'll make tea and then just let them have this tea throughout the day, and usually by the next day that mucus is all broken up. So I always keep this on hand. It's super cheap. So it's like $1.25 for the fenugreek and $1.20 for the fennel, and that's all that it is fennel, fenugreek water, and then I add raw honey to it, and then sometimes if they have a sore throat, I'll add fresh lemon to it. So that's all you need for that. And then I pick up my bread bags. Usually I buy a case of them. Today I just bought a bag of 100. That should get me through a couple of days in a snowstorm. And then this is something also that I love. It's dehydrated mixed veggies. So if there's a veggie shortage at the store, this stuff stays good forever. It is dehydrated potatoes, carrots, red bell peppers, celery, and green bell peppers. So I love to have this on hand because I can take this, add this to some chicken bone broth or beef bone broth, and make a quick soup, add either some stew meat to it or some hamburger or turkey burger, and I can have a really quick soup in a really quick curry, especially if I'm short on fresh veggies because of a snowstorm in the winter. So I always keep this on hand. And then I always keep diced, these are dehydrated green bell peppers, and then in the cabinet I have a big container of red bell peppers. And then this is something new that I've not tried, but I grabbed it, is dry dehydrated celery flakes. So I plan on making chicken and noodles this week, and I always use diced celery. And so I know my kids are going to be off school for a couple of days, and the celery will probably all get used up as a snack with peanut butter, so I know they won't eat this. So I grabbed this to keep on hand because I love to have celery in my chicken and noodles, and then also in my minestrone soup. So that's what this is. And then a quick tip is I buy my chili powder there, and the reason why is it is just chili pepper, salt, cumin, oregano, and garlic. So if you have gluten intolerances, or you're not using sugar, or you're doing keto or paleo or any of the diets right now that you don't want any additives, this is about the only chili powder on the market that I have found that does not contain additives, especially gluten additives or dairy additives or sugar. So I love to have this. Like I said, I plan on making chili this week too. So this is a great addition to chili just to have on hand. And this is like $3 and it lasts me a super long time. And that is making chili for a tribe. So those are just a couple of the things that I found today. I use a ton of nutmeg in my house. I know that probably sounds weird, but we use, we eat a lot of oatmeal, hence the 20-pound bag of rolled oats. My kids love oatmeal. I also do a lot of overnight oats, and then I also use that for cookies. So nutmeg I do in our overnight oats, and my kids is oatmeal and in our cookies. So I buy nutmeg, and this will only probably last me like 2 weeks. So we go through a lot of nutmeg. So my sugars I buy there too. Raw sugar, evaporated cane juice sugar. I'll go into another video someday about the sugars. And then this is for Georgia. She uses an all-natural charcoal goat milk soap. It is great for kids with acne or anybody who has sensitive skin problems. So it is just a all-natural goat milk soap made with olive oil and aloe vera, charcoal, lavender essential oil. It draws out toxins and chemicals from the skin, and Georgia swears by this soap, and it is the best soap out there. So we get that for $4 at the Amish store. So it was a fun day today. We're getting ready to wrap up, and we hope you guys have a great evening.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell, and when you subscribe, we'll give it free stuff. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram.